tide, keep lurching on the sidelines, searching for the guidelines, twitching on the byways, hitching on the highway of life.
We could all use a little therapy right now. Some more than others. Me more than others. I'm former Seinfeld writer and author Andy Cowan. I hope you didn't notice my shoving that credit down your throat. Now that I've called attention to my shoving, those hopes are dashed. As all of us desperately await immunity to COVID-19, I'm still full of hope that this new podcast and virtual therapy sessions with clinical and forensic psychologist Dr. Scott Kopoian.
So getting back to no longer being a part of the conversation, that bothers you?
Well, if they're talking about me behind my back, I don't want to be part of the conversation. But the ephemeral nature of all our lives, it's pretty shocking.
Ephemeral, it's a pretty big word. I might have to, I don't think that was in my PhD program.
I guess the education you received was pretty ephemeral. When you look that up, you'll realize that makes sense.
And post-therapy with Kathy comic creator Kathy Geisway.
I'm just kind of thinking that the neurotic vaccine isn't going to take on everybody, is it? The guilt that I've felt since quitting the strip, I've heard from people who said I wore black for a week after the strip ended.
Wow.
And I went, oh, shoot. I felt bad that I've abandoned everybody.
Jerry Mathers and Tony Dow.
I'm not sure that anybody's as neurotic as you are. I see this sign back here says a neurotic vaccine. Have you taken it? You're not neurotic, are you, Jerry? Oh, your first wife was pretty neurotic, I must say.
That's why she was the first one.
Yeah.
Shark Tank's Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary.
I used to be neurotic about trying to control things I couldn't, and it put a lot of stress on me. I'm just being serious about it for a moment. Mark Burnett called me up. He said to me, look, we're looking for a real asshole on this show called Shark Tank. You need the asshole, and you're the best asshole I know for this.
CNN's Michael Smerconish.
You've only scratched the surface of my neuroses. For example, I touch the New York Times every day. I read tons of newspapers, but there's only one that I touch. It's the Times, and I need my own undefiled copy. How am I doing so far, Andy?
Actress Mary Lou Henner.
I remember my baptism, so I remember things from 3 weeks old. They wired me, put me through an MRI. They've taken 300 measurements of my brain. I've already signed the papers to donate it to science. I mean, I'm on my way. You know, my family would say she loves to organize. That's the neurotic part of her.
Curb Your Enthusiasm guest star and comedian Elon Gold.
Just my answer alone makes me the perfect guest that I'm already worried about failing. I need this neurotic vaccine. In one of the scenes, I'm definitely a Jewish guy, and I say to Larry, I go, ach, is it good? And I say, oh, by the way, you know, as you know, our people, we use ach in a positive way.
Yeah.
We went out for dinner. Ach, it was delicious. Larry, without missing a beat, goes, unlike ich is bad. I'm like, yes, exactly. Ich is bad, ach is good.
And Jay Leno.
All those bad things that happen, they really do build character, you know? Just be glad those bad things happen, I suppose.
That's what this show is all about, my therapy that I need with Dr. K in order to exorcise those demons.
And along those lines, Jay, you made a lot of sense, and there was a lot of wisdom in what you were saying today. And I'm going to incorporate that in my therapy with Andy. And, you know, in the future, I'll even consider giving you an update on that if you're in there.
Yeah, let me know how he makes out. You can put this down as one of my bad experiences that I've learned from.
I've learned that this new podcast will help us all to work towards immunity to one other thing: neurosis. Help me work towards immunity to neurosis, won't you?